Because when mainstream outlets move on, we stay. When the headlines ignore our communities, we don't. When decisions are being made that affect black lives in our schools, our neighborhoods, our economy, KBLA is in the room. This is more than radio. This is a lifeline, a record, a rallying cry. Black stories, black voices, black power.
The heat is on.
On the air and in the culture. KBLA Talk 1580. Stay connected. Stay informed. Stay loud.
Stand up!
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Hi, this is Dr. Mark Golston, and I'm here to talk about my latest book, Talking to Crazy, How to Deal with the Irrational and Impossible People in Your Life. And this one is directed towards my colleagues in the psychiatric and psychological fields and to patients. This is a preemptive response to the fact that there is a lot of problems with stigma in our profession. And the fact that a psychiatrist would write a book called Talking to Crazy is probably going to trigger a lot of controversy. The reason I did that is because the book is really about how to deal with people that drive you crazy. And when I refer to crazy, I'm not referring to mental illness. I'm referring to those people in our lives that aren't mentally ill, but they drive us crazy. With regard to the title, whenever people hear the title, unless they're being offended by it, they smile because almost everyone talks to crazy every day, including themselves. And so here's my response as to why I did this. My hope is that the title will get people to read the book. And the book is a very empathic book that gets you to understand and tune into, and in the book to lean into, the irrationality and impossibility of people. And when you lean in there and you empathize with them and you connect with them, they stop acting that way. And my hope is the title will get more people to read it, except for the people who won't read it and will just be offended by the title. And what I would say to you is, for you people, as a practicing psychiatrist, I too have used jargon. I too have used diagnoses. I too have used categories. And I got to tell you, that adds to the stigma that is created. As professions, we stand behind those. But if you're on the receiving end of that, even if you're a psychiatrist or psychologist receiving treatment, when someone says to you, I think you have a personality disorder, or that you might be bipolar, you can't help but feel offended, jarred, and pulled back. And so what I'm hoping is that this is a book that talks with people in their language, gets them help, gets them understood, gets them better.
Come on, man. That was one of my best friends. Oh, God, I miss Dr. Mark Goulston, man. He called in here a couple of times. Little did I know he was sick. You know, he did my podcast for nearly 10 years. Dr. Mark Goulston. Rest in peace to that brother. He had a great book called Just Listen. And the one he was mentioning there, it was called Talking to Crazy, How to Deal with Difficult People. He had another book was one of my favorites. That book was called How to Get Out of Your Own Way. Man, is this Prince? What? Hey, Prince? Come on, man, this is heavy. Now, we done lost Prince. We done lost Dr. G. Everybody gone. Lord, Michael? Oh, Lord. Tonight's topic, though, it's a doozy. It's a doozy because we say this all the time, though. My ex was crazy. My crazy ex. I've said it. I've said as recent as yesterday. Listen, we say it all the time. My crazy ex. But let's keep it a buck. How responsible are we for having a crazy ex? What is our contribution? Right? Why are we attracted? Especially if you've had multiple crazy exes. Right? Is that just the best label to put on a failed relationship? They're not actually crazy, right? I'm really interested to see what you guys think. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. You're listening to the Voice of Reason live on KBLA Talk 1580. You know we have the most radical, the most unnerving, controversial, triggering, intriguing relationship discussions the world over. And tonight is no different. If every ex was crazy, was your internal pattern casting them in that role? Did you cast them? Did they audition for your love? And their crazy is what got the part. I want to know. 1-800-920-1580, man. Let's get to it. When familiar dysfunction feels like chemistry. How the nervous system keeps hiring the same wound in different bodies. Have you hired the same wound? Have you auditioned the same character that you just broke up with? I want to know, because everybody out here talking this relationship mess. And I keep telling y'all, the Achilles heel for this relationship mess, this is how you point it out. The Achilles heel is when they give you tips to manage. Manage is not healing. You can't be healed if you're a manager of your wounds. See, let me flip it another way. You're a manager of patterns. So you maintain them damn patterns. And those patterns are like attractor fields. If I am to quote Dr. David R. Hawking's work, his consciousness grid, right? These are very powerful attractor fields that bring in the same lesson. If every ex was crazy, right? Was your unhealed pattern the casting director? for the next person to play that role. Different body, same script. 1-800-920-1580. I'm interested now. I'm intrigued. When familiar dysfunction feels like chemistry, how the nervous system keeps hiring the same wound in different bodies. Man, listen. I am as guilty as anybody else. Lord have mercy. I think I got a type. What's my type? Mocha, chocolate, tall, fine. And I'll be done right there. Mocha, chocolate, tall, fine. Trifecta. Ha-ha. No. Wait. But do you understand? Oh, I do love Virgos. I do. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. I'm just saying, why do we attract the same? Is there a purpose in attracting the same type of person? Everybody keeps saying they want a good man, a good woman, real love, authentic connection, something solid, something grown. I'm tired of the kid stuff. You tired of the kid stuff, Andy? You want a grown woman, right? Come on, grown sister, get up in. I hear it every day. Loud, right? Vociferous declarations, right? Burned sage speeches. Yeah, I'm cleansing my energy. Wound is holding the sage. The unhealed wound got the sage in its hand. It's cleaning. Right? Burned sage speeches. Therapy vocabulary with expensive shoes on. I'm done with the chaos. I'm done with the games. I'm protecting my peace now. Isn't that the most overused term in the relationship talk space? You're not protecting your peace, you're really protecting your wound. You want somebody to act right in accordance to what is not healed in you. What? Wait, say it again. You want somebody to act right in accordance to what is not healed in you. Because what is not healed in you has been integrated into your sense of self. I'm done with the games. I'm protecting my peace now. Right? Yeah. Whew, man. You just want somebody clear, right? Somebody kind. Somebody whose words don't need subtitles. Let me tell you something. People will listen to this show and misinterpret your brother as having it all together, regardless of me telling you night after night, hey, I'm on this journey too. Through education, through experience, through failure, I'm on this journey right with you. Right? Do you know, some people have told me, aren't you the voice of reason? In a relationship context. I thought you knew. Aren't you the voice of reason? Wait, hold on. I've never been in a relationship with you before. I don't have prepackaged answers. Oh, Lord. Don't you want somebody clear? Somebody kind? Somebody whose words don't need a translator? Somebody who can apologize without needing a hostage negotiator in the room? Somebody who can look at themselves and say, I'm responsible for this part of our disconnection. When the real person comes into your life, many people recoil because the real person is not familiar. What's familiar is dysfunction. We out here trying to function, Andy, with the dysfunction. I've said it many times. People are not protecting peace because peace doesn't need a security guard. Peace does not need a bodyguard. Peace does not need protection. Only quiet needs protection. Quiet has built-in obsolescence. Quiet uses distance. Let me get away from y'all. Who all gonna be there? Quiet needs to be maintained. Quiet is high maintenance. When you achieve peace, you don't have to keep working for it. Because peace is about an inner discovery. Quiet is about external maintenance. You understand? Some folks were raised where love came with static in it, noise in it, tension in the walls. Affection was rationed out like wartime sugar, right? Praise was hella random. Attention unstable. So the body became a customs officer for chaos, right? It stamps familiar pain for entry and delays for healthy love at the border for further review. What is healthy is unknown. When the voice of reason comes full circle, listen, we got a lot to talk about, a lot to unpack. Let's get it, Andy.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, host of The Voice of Reason, weeknights at 7 p.m. here on KBLA Talk 1580, with a personal invitation for you to join me and Insight.me as we present The Healing Box, live at Inglewood's world-famous Miracle Theater, Saturday evening, May 23rd at 7 p.m. Look, I understand your attachment style has been running your life like a rogue algorithm, and nobody has had the courage to press pause. Until now, Dr. Pakoya McCall and yours truly are curating a night where clinicians, spiritualists, and an all-star panel of Black woman healers like Dr. Shalonda Sunshine Crawford, Dr. Jashana Johnson, and spiritualist Precious McGill will join some amazing spoken word artists and the legendary comedian Louis Dix to diagnose, disrupt, and heal your relational wreckage in real time. Listen, bring your trauma. As a matter of fact, bring your baby mama. No, bring your testimony. And if you're still texting your ex at 2 a.m., baby, you're not just invited, you're the target demo. Tickets are moving fast, so grab yours at themiracleinglewood.com before your dating history gets flagged as a pre-existing condition. That's themiracleinglewood.com. We'll see you there Saturday, May 23rd at 7 p.m.
Our voices aren't the minority opinion.
They're the American conscience.
This is KBLA Talk 1580.
This is America. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Tired of being locked out of job opportunities and shut down by systemic racism? KBLA Talk 1580 stands with you in fighting for the rights of black workers, and we don't back down. The Los Angeles Black Workers Center is a dynamic alliance of workers, organized labor, community-based organizations, clergy, students, and scholars working collectively to improve the position of the black working class. The LA Black Workers Center takes a comprehensive approach to addressing the black jobs crisis. Their programs promote access to quality jobs, racial equity in hiring and retention, discrimination-free job sites, and they prepare black workers for employment in high-wage career track jobs. The LA Black Workers Center supports workers who need help protecting their rights on the job. They give workers access to quality jobs and remove systemic barriers to employment. And they are advocating for a fair deal for black workers in the new Los Angeles City Charter. To sign up for free career readiness training, get involved in organizing, or learn about union apprenticeship programs and trade registries, please visit lablackworkercenter.org. That's lablackworkercenter.org. Together, we can beat the black jobs crisis and build a more equitable Los Angeles. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Come on, man. What y'all know about this? What? Come on, Andy.
Dorothy was a waitress on the promenade. She worked the night shift. Dishwater blonde, tall and fine. She got a lot of chips. Well, earlier I've been talking stuff in a violent room, fighting with the lover's past. I needed someone with a quicker wit than mine. Dorothy was fast.
Well,
I ordered.
yeah, get a fruit cocktail. I ain't too hungry.
Dorothy laughed. She said it sound like a real man to me. You're kinda cute.
You wanna take a bath?
Do you want a bath? Oh, I said cool. I'm leaving my pants on. Cause I'm kinda going with someone.
Come on.
She said sound like a real man to me. Mind if I turn on the radio?
So, ladies, we all have that one friend who gravitates toward toxic men. Rather the man who is coming forward with romance and presenting himself as a true gentleman. Why is that? Why do women tend to get turned off by the nice guy?
Because he's too nice. He's too nice, and that's not what they used to.
Okay, I've had enough already. I've had enough already. We've been hearing that stuff for centuries now. Oh, he's too nice. Let me tell you what it is. Healthy is unknown. And you're going to get tired. Sure, you're going to get tired of me. I don't care. Listen, Krishnamurti. The man had a book called The Tyranny of the Known. That was a whole concept that he had. You'd rather go to a toxic known than a healthy unknown. So, listen, relationships are not linear. They're spiritual. I'm about to say something that's controversial. A healthy unknown might hurt you, so you can discover the unknown parts of yourself that you haven't dealt with. And when I say hurt you, I don't mean physically abusive. I don't mean any of that. But they might hurt you because they stretch you beyond a place you're comfortable going. Right? You might have to become somebody you've never been in order to meet them where they are. You say, well, wait a minute, isn't relationship a mirror? Yeah. Listen, you can also attract what's in you that is yet to be discovered, yet to be cultivated. Most people think relationship is a mirror and you only attract what you haven't worked on. No, you also attract who you are essentially at your highest level. What is that for? An awakening. As Joseph Campbell would say, it's the call, it's the invitation to leave the norm. I know ain't nobody, see, people hear what I say, oh, relationship is a mirror. Everybody talk, but they don't understand it's a multi-dimensional holographic mirror, right? Your finished reflection is also in that mirror, not just your broken reflection. And sometimes you attract the healthy so you could see, I can do better, I can be better, I can expand to this level. But what do most people do? They contract back to their familiar. If we're talking Joseph Campbell, the hero's journey, where does the hero start? Where does all psychology start? At home, with the family. The hero's journey starts at home. So when the world gets a little too chaotic and too unfamiliar, we retreat back. If every ex was crazy, right? Starring in your crazy relationship movie, was the unaddressed pattern the casting director? Was your unaddressed pattern the casting director? Sisters should be calling in right now. You know why? Because y'all quick to blame a brother. Not to say brothers ain't quick to blame sisters, but I'm just saying. I got sisters. I got a bunch of aunties. I done heard it all. That no good, low down, trifling, boot licking, I done heard everything. Right? Can we be honest, sisters? What in you, right, you refuse to let go, that might be the source or the magnet that pulls in crazy? I'm asking. 1-800-920-15. Brothers are weird. We call in crazy, but as long as we scored, we go, well, it was a mission well worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the voice of reason. If you agree or disagree, it don't matter. Call in and share with me.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is proposing a more than $14 billion budget for the next fiscal year. Bass says it boosts funding for affordable housing and includes plans to hire 510 new police officers.
We're about preventing the shrinkage this year, and hopefully we'll get back to expansion in a few more years.
LAPD's largest union is praising the added police funding. Black South Florida Congresswoman Sheila Sherfless McCormick is resigning instead of appearing before the House Ethics Committee. The Democrat faced 25 ethics violations tied to the alleged use of $5 million in COVID relief funds connected to her family's health care company. And longtime Pittsburgh Steelers coach Mike Tomlin, who is black, is reportedly joining NBC's Football Night in America as a studio analyst. The move comes after Tomlin stepped down in January following 19 seasons with the Steelers. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Stand up!
When the story gets twisted, who's going to tell the truth? When they cut the microphones, who's still talking? When history gets rewritten, who remembers what really happened? We do. KBLA Talk 1580. Black media isn't just important right now, it's essential. Because when mainstream outlets move on, we stay. When the headlines ignore our communities, we don't. When decisions are being made that affect black lives in our schools, our neighborhoods, our economy, KBLA is in the room. This is more than radio. This is a lifeline, a record, a rallying cry. Black stories, black voices, black power.
The heat is on.
On the air and in the culture. KBLA Talk 1580. Stay connected. Stay informed. Stay loud.
Stand up!
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. These are hard times for housing in America. Too many in our community face barriers to safe housing, behavioral health care, and affirming spaces for healing, particularly those impacted by poverty and stigma or incarceration. Rooted in South LA, Ahmad supports impacted communities through housing, wellness, and leadership development. Ahmad provides culturally responsive, peer-led support from transitional housing and mental health services to leadership development and youth empowerment. They offer safe, affirming houses for youth, transgender women, and formerly incarcerated individuals. Therapy and peer support with a focus on healing trauma in Black communities. HIV prevention and care, free testing, education, and wraparound services for whole person wellness. Standing in the gap with health, housing, and hope. Reach out to Ahmad Institute at 323-569-1610. That's 323-569-1610. Or visit amaad.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Okay, I guess our clip isn't working, but that's fine. We can push past it. I just love that extended Prince flow. Gosh, we lost Prince and MJ. That's crazy. The Voice of Reason is live on KBLA Talk 1580, and we're having an intriguing discussion about the persistent pattern, right? And I'm interested to hear from people who have experience with the same kind of person over and over. Now, I've already talked about this pattern and where it comes from, right? I already talked about it. But it's because of that pattern, right? It's because of that pattern. That's why some people call stable or healthy partners boring. Ladies, brothers, have you ever, I don't know if, Andy, have you ever called a woman boring? I don't know. And I'm not saying men don't do it, but I've never called a woman boring. But I damn sure heard women call some men boring. He goofy. He too nice. That's why I had to take that clip off. It's not about being nice. He's speaking to something in you, right? This is why some people call stable partners boring. Boring often means your nervous system cannot dramatize them. Gosh, it cannot rehearse disaster around them. You can't catastrophize everything around them. Right? It can't, your nervous system, it cannot confuse pursuit with purpose. That's why a lot of women get mad at me because I don't pursue. Because it turns into this. There's other guys out there that really want me and they will show it. And I say, well, show is the word. It's a show. You don't even know how to act in presence. Presence is boring. See, when you're broken, somebody got to show up. That's a childhood. That's a psychological, a developmental psychology issue right there. Let me just say, babies are biologically wired to cry. You know why they're crying? Because they want to see who show up. Now, this is what nobody told you in adulthood. Many of your expectations are really couched cries. Ooh, you still crying. You want to see who's going to show. I'm not going to show up that way. I'm not showing up for wounds. I'm not showing up for wounds. Do you understand? See, somebody got to show you. Listen, a baby needs proof. I'm going to cry. Somebody going to show up. And if the somebody that showed up was good at the language of baby cry, oh, that baby just wet. Let me change. Boom, boom. Oh, that baby just hungry. You know, good mamas know that, right? That's a hungry cry. Let me get this baby some milk. Or that's a wet cry. Or that's a I'm bored, come play with me cry. The good mamas know. Let me tell you something. If your primary caregiver didn't give you the necessary attunement, as you grow older, your cries turn into expectations. Oh, my goodness. Do you understand? Sometimes people's broken, unhealed nervous systems confuse pursuit with purpose, right? That nervous system cannot turn uncertainty into erotic folklore. You say you miss passion. Maybe you miss panic, right? Ooh, panic with nice cheekbones, high cheekbones, pretty panic. Oh, pretty panic is really comfortable. I love a pretty panic relationship. Oh, pretty drama is wonderful. A lot of people like that. I've grown out of that, right? You say there was no spark. Well, in reality, maybe there was no emergency to answer the call of your unhealed nervous system. You say maybe they were too available. Maybe they were simply emotionally illiterate. A lot of people do not have a dating problem. They have a recognition problem. They can identify volatility in one glance, and then they'll translate volatility into excitement. They can stand in front of nourishment and feel nothing because starvation trained their receptors. Tonight, I want to know why you like that kind of person. You don't like the person that will stand in front of you and call you out in front of your wounds. You don't like the person who will stand up to your wound in front of you. I told a woman once before, "Get thee behind me, Satan." She said, "What? You're calling me Satan?" I said, "No, I'm calling what you're protecting Satan." Oops, maybe that was too harsh. Was that too harsh, Andy? It's harsh. Yeah. All right, I take it back. But it felt good while I was saying it. Anyway, but I'm just here to tell you what I'm not going to do. This is how we get played. We empathizing with a wound that is secretly in control of the whole operation. I'm not going to be manipulated by no wounds no more. Right? If love stopped requiring suffering, would you still know it was love? Let me pull that back some. If love stopped requiring suffering, see, many of y'all think if you acquire comfort, that suffering is gone. Nope. No. See, you can get all the comfort you want in the world. You can have all the money you want. You can be in the nicest house and be internally lonely, empty. Do you understand? So you got this whole movement of people saying, love doesn't require suffering. Okay, let's take the word suffering out of it and put tarrying in. You're going to tarry at the altar, but you're not going to tarry at the heart chakra? See, that's what relationships are for. That's how you purge what has been submerged. I don't know if y'all really want a real relationship. I don't know if you really want to be. See, you can't purge what remains submerged. And the real partner is going to rattle all of that. It's going to shake all of that up. Now, if you don't want to walk that path, guess what awaits you? The pattern. The familiar. The reenactment. I don't know. I don't. Who's serious about this kind of work? Relationship ain't supposed to be work. That's suffering. It's too much emotional labor. Listen, if you think it's too much emotional labor, that's because you haven't been in emotional huff and puff. You got to go to the emotional gym. Your emotional muscles are weak. You haven't cultivated the capacity needed to lift, to carry, or to tarry. Man, love brings you face to face with God and your true self, which are one and the same, by the way. You think you don't need courage to look at that? Listen, when I come forward, the voice of reason, I'm going to keep cooking. Let's go.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Stay informed with 24/7 power outage alerts from LADWP delivered straight to your phone or email when an outage occurs. Get notified when there's a major outage and again when your power is restored. Track up to 3 neighborhoods, like your home, your workplace, even a family member's. Stay connected. Stay informed. Sign up at ladwp.com/outage alert. That's ladwp.com/outage alert. Sign up today at ladwp.com/outage alert. Getting around LA doesn't have to cost a lot. Metro has fares that fit every budget. 20 free rides for qualified riders through the Life Fare program. Free passes for students with GoPass and affordable options for everyone in between. Wherever you're going, Metro's got you covered. Visit metro.net/fare programs.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
You can't fix what you won't face.
And we face it every day.
This is KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Michael's Daughter Foundation is dedicated to inspiring youth and resilience through storytelling, arts, filmmaking, and enrichment programs for youth and families in under-resourced communities and system-impacted individuals. The Michael's Daughter Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit providing free and low-cost arts programs to youth and families from under-resourced communities, both system-impacted youth and those affected by the incarceration of a loved one. 1 in 43 children in America have a parent incarcerated. 70% of those children are expected to end up in prison. Through filmmaking, animation, theater, and writing, they help young people express themselves, build confidence, and imagine new possibilities. Beyond the arts, they offer financial literacy workshops, emergency support, and scholarships. Because thriving takes more than talent, it takes access. To learn more about the impact of Michael Daughters Foundation and how you can be a part of the movement, please visit their website, michaelsdaughterfoundation.com. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, boy.
Hey, it's your girl Deshana, aka Dr. Dash with the EduT. And baby, I know you've seen it too. Folks in these streets have been asking, how does Ocho Cinco still pull beautiful women despite having a history of abuse, 7 baby mamas, is a serial cheater, and he may or may not buy you some McDonald's? I didn't say that. The social media post did. But for real, let's talk about it, because this ain't just about looks or money. It's psychology with a twist of delusion. First off, we're going to give credit where credit is due. Yes, he's attractive, he's famous, and he's rich. Those things are true. But those three things alone are social catnip. Our brains are wired to associate status with safety, stability, and success, even when logic's waving a big red flag in the background screaming, "Girl, no."
Girl, no.
Here's where it gets deep. Some people are drawn to chaos because chaos feels familiar. If you grew up around unpredictable love, like the yelling one minute, affection the next, the emotional roller coaster starts to feel like home to you. So when a man flips between charm and control, your nervous system goes, "Oh, this feels right. This feels
pause
like
this
home."
right.
Even though your mind knows.
She's cooking. My only question is, does it go both ways? That's because psychology is. I didn't know psychology was gender based like that. I thought it was non-binary in that way. Psychology is the study of the human behavioral patterns and mental patterns, right? I don't know. Somebody check me if I'm wrong, because I believe what she said is true. She doesn't say some of the same things I said, but I'm trying to balance it out. I think it goes both ways, but let her finish. Just let her.
It's completely wrong. Then there's the fixer woman. Some women believe they can be the one who changes him. And that's not love. That's unpaid emotional labor with no benefits package. And don't even get me started on the scarcity mindset, because women out here, they get that whisper of, if I let him go, who else will want me? Please, you are the prize too and not a project. And finally, let's not ignore the PR charm game of celebrities. The interviews that say, "I've changed" narratives, the girl dad posts. When someone masters image control, it makes it easy to forget all the old headlines.
No, she's cooking. She's cooking. But I would say, I don't know if I would eat it all. She's cooking now. But I don't know if I'm going to finish my plate. I don't know if I'm going to clean my plate of what she's cooking. Because all of those narratives, you don't want to demonize them, because there's some actual people out there that have become better girl dads, that have healed, that did walk the walk, that have changed. So don't try to villainize just because a certain few done slipped through the cracks. Because I understand her narrative. Listen, we live in a world that says, okay, the healed people talk like this. The healed people read like this. Listen, I got a friend of mine. I was letting him peruse through the table of contents of my new book. He was like, "Oh, Zoe, this is amazing. My goodness, Zoe. Oh, man, this is deep, though. Oh, this is deep, brother. This is deep. You know what you should do? You should write some footnotes at the end of each chapter, just 20 words to kind of summarize." I said, "Nah, man, the book isn't written like that. The book is to put you squarely in front of yourself and not allow you an escape hatch. No side door, no back door, no roof. There's no way to get out. This book is going to corner you into looking at you." He was like, "Yeah, but it's heavy, it's deep." And listen, it's 2026. Have you seen the way the world is right now? We got to stop this dumb down thing. This dumb down, this anti-intellectualism to reach more folk. We got to stop all that. As black folk, didn't we create philosophy, psychology, metaphysics, spirituality? We got to stop all that mess. And it only takes a generation, you know. You get one young generation of kids reading high levels. reading some deepness, and you walking them through the process, and you're unpacking it and decompressing it for them and walking with them and getting them to understand. Of course, this is after 10 or 11, 12, maybe 12 is a good age. But you start feeding them the heat. That's what I did with my oldest son and my daughter and my youngest baby. My son, in the 4th grade, he was taking Krishnamurti books to school with highlighted sections just for the teacher. My dad told me to give you this book and read this page here. He made me read it. Now you read it. But do you understand what I'm saying? We got to stop playing. Everybody wants to be entertained. Where's the jokes at? You want to be distracted. You don't want to be entertained. You want to be entrained. Entrained in a distraction that keeps you from self-observation. That's what you want. And then when that person show up for the 11th time, you want to blame them. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason is on fire tonight. I'm loving every bit of it. Listen, if you want to stick your toe in the tub, come on in here, and the voice of reason is on fire. Call me.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is proposing a more than $14 billion budget for the next fiscal year. Bass says it boosts funding for affordable housing and includes plans to hire 510 new police officers.
We're about preventing the shrinkage this year, and hopefully we'll get back to expansion in a few more years.
LAPD's largest union is praising the added police funding. Black South Florida Congresswoman Sheila Sherfless McCormick is resigning instead of appearing before the House Ethics Committee. The Democrat faced 25 ethics violations tied to the alleged use of $5 million in COVID relief funds connected to her family's health care company. And longtime Pittsburgh Steelers coach Mike Tomlin, who is black, is